Morning to everybody. Just turn this down and make sure it don't echo. It's your boy Dub C in the place to be on the MIC. Follow my cat family. Been surfing around this morning. I think I went to about 4 or 5 different chats. We'll talk about that later. Right now, let me introduce myself. My name is Dub C. To everybody. I'm a small content creator from San Francisco, California. I've been at it since 2008. And I can't say it's all been great. Been full of ups and downs, like OJ say, turn around. For the most part, I'm still here. Dub C in your ear. Welcome to my live stream. Um, I've accumulated almost 6,000 subscribers, and I'm on my way to completing my live stream. I need another 2,707 to complete my live stream hours requirement. And it has not been easy, I must say. It has not been easy. It has been a challenge. And being a content creator, I have to say, and with just a little bit of regret, it's almost a full-time job. You, you know, you do it day in, day out. If you're lucky enough to take a break, you better take one because it can be challenging. You know, it can be very challenging. You could be at it all day and all night, and then turn around and surf everybody's pages after that, and look around. Then the whole day is gone. So don't get into it unless you're really serious, because only 2% of anybody that gets into it on YouTube ever stay with it. Most people drop out before they get monetized. And that's another story. Anyway, let me tell you a little bit more about me. My expertise is short form videos. I'm willing to teach the three keys, which that's just what I call them, the three golden keys: the green screening, collaboration, and sidebar. Always willing to help. If anybody needs help, let me know. Hello, Maya. Maya says, Shalom, brother. I can't stay long. I need to hobble over to the kitchen and start my braised lamb, mashed potatoes, asparagus, and salad. Yummy. Wow. That's a lot of food. Ooh. I would have to take little tiny portions because I don't want to get fat, you know. My wife says I'm anorexic, but I always feel like I'm fatter than I really am. Sounds good. How are you this morning? You good, huh? So you about to do some cooking. Pain free, I hope. Oh, it's for the dogs. Ooh, your dogs eat better than some people. Eh, Yeah, I fed the neighbor's cat this morning. I go all out. I don't know why. It's not even my cat. You know, I get the tuna, you know, scrambled eggs. I make it all myself. And then, like I keep it in the refrigerator. And when it's time to feed her, I take it out and I nuke it for about 10 or 15 seconds. And then I feel it to make sure it's not too hot, mix it with a little bit of cold. So it's sort of, lukewarm a little bit. Then I give him a handful of it. He eats it up. He loves it. I would eat it. It's good. I mean, my wife says her mother used to fix a tuna with a little, braised onions and scrambled eggs and cheese, and it was a dish that they used to eat when she was a young girl at home. So my cat probably eats better than some people too. Well, it's not my cat; it's my neighbor's cat. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit better. Thank you. Took my bandages off today. Yeah, that sounds yummy. Give that cat a snuggle for me. Oh yeah. I swear that cat thinks he lives here. He thinks he lives here. Yeah, he sleeps right at my feet sometime, and I bet not lay down on my back because then he'll lay down between my legs and go to sleep, and I can't even turn over. Yeah, he's a trip. Thinks he lives here. Yeah, every time my door opens, he runs in. So, wife said, "What would you do if she said just keep the cat?" I would say, "No, I'm not going. I'm not going to take responsibility for your cat. You know, and relieve you of your responsibility. No, I'm not going to do that. But if I can help, I'll help. But that's your cat. You're supposed to take care of that cat. Am I right?" Yeah. He made himself right at home. Yeah, yeah. And we don't own a sandbox and all that because, that sand is expensive. When I did have cats, that was one of the main things that was always, costing me money was that sand. So, you know, and I didn't like carrying that sand from the store, because that sand is heavy. And if you want to get a good deal, you got to get a big bag, So it's a job having a pet. Period. You got a big ass dog. You got puppies. Do you sell those puppies? Do you sell those puppies too? You give the puppies away? I saw you have some puppies too. Or is that the same dog? I'm not sure. If I did get a dog or a cat, I would want to have a backyard. So they can go out and play. Oh, but let me just finish my little spiel. I always get wrapped up in when I see Maya start talking to Maya. Hey, mother love, let me pin Maya, and then I'll go to your page. Uh, Hold on. I got my iPad all charged up for y'all. Oh, I was on Mother Love's live stream this morning. Yeah, I sure was. Spent some time with her over there on her live stream. Okay. Mother Love, thanks for coming to my live stream. And Maya, let's go to your page. Get my work out the way before I start running my mouth. Maya. Okay, this. When you gonna make some real pictures, Maya? I see one picture of you in here. Everything else is something else. You should make a real picture. I want to see a real picture. I see one picture of you. I think I got everything else. I think I. Mm, don't tell me you got to make some more content. Don't tell me that. Let me see. Maya. Let me see. Maya. I'm gonna have to go all the way back. Maya. I think you got to make some more content. Maya, I think you got to make some more content. I think I liked all of your videos, Maya. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'll go to your new releases. I already, I think yep, I did that one. And I did that one. Maya, you're going to have to make some more content. Okay, what I'll do, I'll give it another thumbs up if I can. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible, but I'll try. I will try. Okay, let me just see. Let me see if I can do it that way. Maya. Oh, you know what? Well, Maya, dear, it's time to make more content. All right. Okay, that's. I've only got two people in the chat that I can see, and I still need to run my mouth about my channel. So I know all you guys heard this before, so close your ears. Listen, if you're new to the channel, please hit that thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And you're welcome to share any of my content. If you have the skills, I would love to see you use it. Use them skills, you know? Green screen, collaboration, sidebar. Any of my best videos, they're all yours if you know how to use them. And you can get as many subscribers as you need. Then you'll be where I am right now, trying to get your live stream up. That live stream is very important, you know. And when you go to the live stream or the long content, I'm sure you'll get busy. Maybe the doorbell will ring or kids start crying, whatever, right? Just fast forward by dragging a little red ball, make your comment, and before you send, hit that timestamp. So I'll get that blue strip that says your time is being calculated. And that time will add up. And I won't have to live stream so much. Praise the Lord, hallelujah, shalom, and everything else that's good. God. All right, so keep that in mind. Now, back to my live stream. So, what's really going on? Is anybody else here? I don't see anybody else here. Just Maya and Mother Love. So, nobody loves me today. So, I don't know. Should I leave? Nobody cares. Nobody loves me. They're not here. No, I actually started late. All right. I mean, I meant to start late today. I mean, I usually start at 9 and I get a lot more people on when I'm earlier. But the problem with that is that it means I have to go right during the time when I'm usually on my way to the store to do my shopping. And so that sort of conflicts with my shopping. And normally when I get back from my shopping, I like to have my coffee and my cigarettes and kick around, you know. Me and my wife, we wipe everything off, you know, because she's a germaphobe, so we wipe everything off. By the time I finish all that, it's already 10 o'clock. And somewhere in between there, when I was coming on at 9 o'clock, I'd have to do all that at the same time. So I just got tired of that. So that's why I moved it to 11:30. You know, it's easier for me, but it just I get less people. It's okay. As long as I clock in, I'm cool. I know one person I know I'll get is my wife, and then my test channel. That's two people. So if I get Maya and Mother Love, that'll be four people. So I'll be okay. But I'm gonna try to have a longer live stream tonight. I think I'll start earlier though, around maybe 8 o'clock, and I'll try to stay on at least an hour or two tonight, just to make up for it. Cause yesterday my live stream was only 22 minutes. I just didn't feel like hanging out, really. Sometimes you just don't feel like hanging out. But it's the consistency that you really want to aim for. It's not how much time you devote, you know, or how concise your chat is and all the rest of that. It's good to have a good chat. Don't get me wrong. But if you're just showing up every day, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm aiming for. I'm just aiming just to show up. Sometimes I go short, sometimes I go long, but the main thing is that I show up. So, you know, I'm religiously getting into the habit of being consistent. Because even after I get my live stream, I mean my YPP, I'm gonna have to be consistent to keep my advertisers, yeah, and to keep making product. Okay, let me see what Maya is saying here. My songs are biblical. I create beautiful art to tell the story of my music. I am not obsessed and into putting a bunch of photos of myself. I don't even have social media. No. And what about your fans? We don't get a chance to see more of you. Don't think so selfishly about yourself. Put some photos up there so we can see you. No, I'm just kidding. That's your choice, sweetheart. That's up to you. I enjoy your music. You don't have to worry about that. That's not gonna change. Thumbelina, 1568. How are you? You said the magic word. Hi. Let's go to your page. Let's see. You must be new here. You're not a moderator. You come back tonight and I'll make you a moderator. Let me go check out your page. Let me check out your page, Thumbelina. Let me see. I think I saw you before. No? Okay. Oh, you got a black cat. Oh, that's a cartoon. Okay. Hello, Thumbelina. Thanks for coming to my live stream. And I see that I have already subscribed to your channel. So I guess you've been here before, huh? Guess what? That makes you a moderator. So you can just float around and say hello to everybody. The next word you say, you will be a moderator. Okay? Thanks for coming to my live stream. I am 18 minutes in. Maya's on her A game. She just retracted something. Oh, or either she made a mistake about something. I don't know. We have four people in the chat. I'm 19 minutes in, three people in the chat. Thank you guys for coming. I don't know. I might be able to stick it out for 40 more minutes. I don't know. Depending on how I feel in the next 10 minutes, I'll let you know. For now, let's see. What did Maya just say now? Let's see. Maya, I have to pin somebody else too. Let me pin Mother Love for a little while. Let me pin Mother Love for a little while. And then we're going to pin Thumbelina. Okay? Let's pin Mother Love. All right, now let's see what you said. What did you say, Maya? I have a lot of finished mastered tracks. I'm dropping a new song in 2 weeks. I can't just slap a video out there. It takes a lot of time for me to pray and come up with the visuals. Yes, I had a typo. Hmm, you're a perfectionist. I'm not mad at you. It's not going to always come out right the first time or the second time or the third time. I get that, you know, and you just don't want to do it haphazardly. I get it. You're a perfectionist. And because it has spiritual connotations involved, you definitely want to try to get it right. So I understand all that. I still want to see more pictures of you though. Don't be mad at me. Okay. I just want to see more pictures of you. Anyway, that's just me. I like the music too. I like your videos. Yeah, as far as those pictures go, I can kind of feel you on that too. I mean, because most pages that, including mine, as a matter of fact, um, when you come to the page, all you see is like 1,000 different photos of the same person in 1,000 different scenarios, And I think that would get a little boring at some point, you know. I never wanted to do that, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't do a lot of live stream because I was like, I don't want to be doing this over and over and over and over the same thing over and over and over and over. But they make you do it, and I'm not sharp enough to use just AI, or I could just use a photo, like, or a backdrop green screen and just do my live stream that way. But that's why I settled on the scenery, with San Francisco. By the way, San Francisco had an earthquake last night. Did you guys know that? San Francisco had an earthquake last night. And I'm standing there getting ready to make my coffee, and my wife started screaming, because she really scared of earthquakes. And I came in and I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "Oh, you didn't feel that." I said, "No, I was standing in the kitchen making my coffee, and I swear I did not feel it, but I heard her screaming, and I heard the shaking, but I didn't feel it at all. Not at all. The cat felt it. The cat was so shaken up. He was so nervous. Yeah. Um, I think it was like 4.4 or something like that. Yeah. It wasn't a strong earthquake, but yeah. It was significant enough for people to feel it. But I hardly even noticed it. And I had told somebody before it happened because we had had the type of weather, like that happens before you get an earthquake. Excuse this fire truck or ambulance or something's going by. I don't know what it is. It's noisy. Hold on. It's like a fire truck. They love coming down my block for some reason. I think the fire station is like right over there in the Fillmore, off of Golden Gate over there. I say about 7, 8 blocks down the way. So yeah, I always end up next to fire trucks, firehouses. And so yeah, noisy. Sorry about that. So like I was saying, scared the daylights out of her. She was so scared. And the cat was acting all weird. Oh yeah, right. I had told somebody because I say about a day before it happened, it was really, really cold, like in the morning. And the day before that, it was really, really hot. And then I had told somebody, I said, the next thing that would probably happen is it's gonna rain, and then we'll get an earthquake. And they said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Yeah, that's how it normally happens. It's really cold, or it's really, really hot, and then if it's really hot, then it's really cold, and then it rains, and then after the rain, you get the earthquake, or in either one of those sequences. It could rain first, then it's cold, then it's hot, or it could be cold and hot and then rain, or it could be hot and then cold and then rain. But those three things have to happen, and then you get the earthquake. And I had told my wife the same thing, and the next day we got the earthquake. So I've been living in California a long time. I called it too. I called it dead right. And then after it happened, I told her, I said, "Didn't I tell you it was coming?" She said, "Yeah, you sure did. You sure did tell me." Well, it don't bother me because the little ones don't bother me. When you get the big one, then you start thinking, damn, I could lose my life doing living here. I was in the big one down here not too long ago. I think it was I think it was over seven. I think it was 7.8 or eight something. You said, "Let me be honest, brother. People stare at me every day and call me beautiful. It's very lovely and I appreciate it. But my music is about the Most High and His message being out, not about me having character energy." I hear you, sis. You're right. Forgive me for admiring your beauty. You are very beautiful. But yes, your music is preeminently more important than your shallow exterior. Because we all know that beauty is just aesthetic. It is here today and it's gone tomorrow. It's just like youth, it doesn't last. But everything you do for Christ or everything you do for God, shalom, will last. And it's immensely more important. Yes, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you on that note. Yeah. That being said, put them pictures up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you, man. It don't matter that much. My wife is beautiful. I see her every day. My eyes are bubbling over with beauty I see every day, you know. So I'm satisfied either way. Do your thing. Do you. I enjoy your music too. Yeah. Your music is very beautiful. And by all means, take your time with it because it's very important. If you're doing it for Yeshua. I think that's the right way to pronounce it. Yeshua. Yeah. So most important. I get you. I understand you. I get you. 28 minutes in, and will I be able to stay 32? I don't know. I might. Yesterday I was only on for 26 minutes, really. 26. I think it was 24. I think it was 24. I might try to stick it out to an hour, depending on who comes in. Yeah, I said Yeshua. Did I not say it right? Was I wrong in my pronunciation? I know my teeth are missing, so sometimes my words don't sound quite right. I said Yeshua, didn't I? I said Yeshua. I'm pretty sure I did. So, what do we talk about? My newest short is for him. It's called Yeshua Abish Shem. Okay. Which means God Most High, right? Something like that. I'm not too adept on the Hebrew language, but I've heard just about everything. I was in the hotel industry. Oh, okay, what is it? Hamashem. Hamashem. Yeah, yeah, I thought it was most high. Hamas Shem. Ha. That sounds. What is it, Jen? Educate me. Don't laugh at me. Just tell me what it means. Okay, all right. So I'm mispronouncing it, but did I get the meaning right? That's what I want to know. Okay, I'll look at it. I'll look at it. But tell me, did I get the meaning right or not? Don't tell me no, I didn't. If I did, because I want to know if I'm right or not. Because I want to correct myself if I'm wrong. I believe I was right, but I could be wrong. I mean, I've been wrong before. It's no big deal. I'm not gonna trip. Okay. Okay. So it refers to Jesus then. Okay. Well, Jesus is part of the Trinity, right? Well, you guys, do you believe in the Trinity? I don't really want to get into that anyway. This is not. This is not Stormy Monday. Otherwise, we could talk about it. But I understand where you're coming from because I look at Jesus as being part of the Trinity, you know. But I thought it had something to do with God. So yeah, Jesus. In some religions, Jesus was just a messenger or a prophet, you know. And in other religions, they believe he was part of the deity, you know, in the Holy Trinity. So it depends on who you ask, who Jesus was, you know. And I don't really want to get into it, but like my sister is a Jehovah Witness, and they have different views about it. Christians have different views about it. Islam has different views about it. Judaism has different views about it. So everybody has different views about it. But me, um, I'm not gonna try to debate about it. I mean, I'll let people think the way they want and see it the way they want. And everybody thinks their way is the correct way. So I'd rather just stay in my place and stay in my lane. I know I'm not an authority either way, so I don't want to try to discern what's right and wrong for everybody else. I have to just play my cards close to my chest and try not to get into all that because I don't like stepping on the eggshells when I talk to people. If I make a mistake though, I definitely deserve to be corrected. Yeah, I know I'm out of my lane. I don't understand none of it. I mean, not wholeheartedly, not 100%. I only understand, like a very small fraction of what all that is about, you know, as far as that goes. So, Yeah. And we could do a whole video on that subject. Yeah. Yeah, I love my sister, you know, and I love my little brother. He was a Muslim for a while, you know. And the only one in my family that's like I don't think she's into really anything in particular is my little sister. But everybody has the right to have their views. And then my mother's Buddhist, so it's like, who are we to decide, you know, what's right and wrong for whoever? I mean, I think the only one that you have to really worry about in this world, I mean, unless you have a calling to reach out and be a fisherman of men like Jesus or whatever, uh, you best try to, make sure you don't fall, and you try to stay on the path or the straight and narrow, or whatever you want to call it, um, just to be fair, to other people, you know. One thing I've always believed is if God gave you life and told you it was your call, I don't think anybody else has a right to tell you what's right and wrong. Because if God Himself, who sits upon the throne, and the only one worthy to sit upon the throne, tells you that it's your choice, I think we as men shouldn't have the right to tell you what your choices should be. Do you agree with me? That's just my opinion. So 37 minutes in. Okay. So that would be 13 more minutes for a whole hour. Oh, I didn't give my little spiel, did I? For all of you who don't know, I know you know Maya, and I know you know Mother Love. Did I pin Mother Love? Is Mother Love pin or is Maya pin? Which one of you guys are pinned? Which one of you? Okay, okay. Let me just see. I can't hardly see because my eyes are being glared out. Okay, Mother Love is pinned, so let me pin Maya now. We will pin Maya. There you go, Maya. Thanks for that conversation. It's very stirring. Religion is such a deep subject to get into, but normally I wouldn't even talk about it unless it was Stormy Monday because then you can talk about whatever you want as long as you don't hurt nobody. Okay. So yeah, you said it's our message Messiah's real name. Yeah. Either but me either, but no, I don't. The Bible, I follow only the Bible. That's how I am too. All that nonsense debate is foolish. Yes, I agree. She's got to start things up. Yep, we on the same page. But okay, so we getting somewhere here. 39.10 seconds to go to make it to 40. While we 20 minutes to go. It's a beautiful day in San Francisco. And I have enough time to give you my line about how I want to thank you for wasting your time. No, I'm just kidding. Dropping on my line. And let me see. Thanks to Maya. Thanks to Mother Love. Thanks to Thumbelina. Thumbelina, long time no see. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. Did we pin you? I'm wondering. Maybe you left because I don't see you as blue. You're not blue. Okay. But I did make you a moderator. So next time you come back, you'll be a moderator. It's pouring down rain in Toronto. Really? Yeah, the sun is out today. I'm so glad. And my wife was scared to death last night. So she slept. I guess she stayed up until she felt good enough to close her eyes because that earthquake scared the crap out of her. And then she finally got to sleep, but she stayed in bed for quite a while this morning because she was on edge, just like the cat. The cat was scared too. Everybody was scared. I don't know. If it comes, it comes. I just think, nothing you can do about it. When your time comes, your time is gonna come. I like the rain though. It cleans off the streets, cleans off out. Toronto seems like Canada seems like a nice place. I mean, I was in Seattle, but that's not really deep into Canada. That's as close to Canada as I've ever come. But it seems so nice and clean, you know. And I hope Canada is like that too, you know. But from what I understand, Canada is really a nice place. Really nice place. Yeah. I've never been there. I've never been to Toronto. I know you have a big Asian population out there, don't you? It poured rain for the past few days. I've never been to Seattle yet. Oh yeah, Seattle. I went to Seattle when I was a youngster. So I'm 67 now, and I was probably in my late 30s or early 40s when I went to Seattle. So um, yeah, that was like 20 something years ago. I went. I don't know what it's like now. You know, Toronto is cool. Lots of freaks. Oh, really? Yeah. Excuse me. What's his name? The one with the owl. What is his name? Drake. Drake is from Canada. That's the only thing I know about Canada. Yeah. And then Trump. Trump was talking about trying to take over Canada for a while. But then that's another subject for the Stormy Monday crew. I don't want to get into that. So we 43 minutes in. We got 17 minutes to go. Don't you know? Mhm. I like that Aston Martin song he did with Rick Ross. That was pretty cool. And I like Moment with Nicki Minaj. That was good. But then Nicki Minaj, she really flipped on everybody with the politics, you know. I don't really want to get into that. I don't know why I'm starting to talk about this stuff though. I didn't mean for my live stream to be so politically and religiously and uh, socially charged. Because I usually save all those kind of subjects for Stormy Monday. Because then everybody can say whatever they want to say. I don't want to offend anybody though. Last month, I was headed to campus and a man was buck ass naked in the elevator. Pretty nasty, but that's Toronto. Oh, yeah. Try living in San Francisco. Yeah, you see that stuff every day in San Francisco. If you look for it, I'll try not to let it burn my retinas. It's pretty hard to get it out of your membranes when you start seeing that stuff all the time. I try to avoid the crowds nowadays. You know, too many crazy people out there running in the crowds, mass shootings, and all that other stuff, and people running around with their genitals hanging out and all that. I don't get into all that. But I'm not knocking it. I mean, to each his own. You know, I didn't even tell you the rest. He was laying on the floor of the elevator, fingering himself. I ran and almost threw up. Oh, Lord. He went deep, literally. Wow. That's crazy. No, he could probably get arrested for something like that. That's lewd and obnoxious behavior, I think, or something. I think it's a law against that. Yeah, yeah. No, you shouldn't have to see anything like that. That's disgusting. Yeah, that's disgusting. But, you know, my mother told me a long time ago, she's 89, by the way. She's very wise. She told me a long time ago, she said, son, don't judge people by such a small fraction, what is it, on their anatomy or how they think about their self in that way. Because that's only a small part of a person. People are more complex than that, and you shouldn't judge anyway. So there you go. I went running like five others were headed his way. Oh, what did they do? Five cops. They must have heard about him. They was coming to shut him down. Yeah, you know, it's your business what you do at home. Don't do that type of stuff in public. You know, that's not cool because you forcing everybody into your thing. You might like it, but you can't force nobody into watching that stuff. You're a very good conversationalist. I really appreciate you, even though I don't get the chance to see a whole bunch of pictures of you. I'm sure you're a good person inside and out. Don't matter what you look like. I don't judge people by what they look like anyway. You know, that's not me. I'm not a shallow person. You know, he was possessed. Honestly, I bet. I mean, to do something like that, he had to be possessed. You know, some kind of deviant behavior like that, you have to be possessed. Yeah, that's crazy though. And some people, they get into that type of thing. They get off on that type of thing. You know, peeking and sneaking and poking and choking and it's all kind of ways people getting off nowadays. I'm a poet, and getting close to that time. We in almost 49, headed toward 50. Everything will be nifty. Go back to my game or watch me some TV or something. I had to unplug my TV last night. I woke up in the middle of the night. My TV was still talking like I was watching it. You know, I just wanted some peace and quiet, so I unplugged my TV because sometimes I can't cut it off for some reason. I press the buttons. I put brand new batteries in my hand control, and my TV won't go off. I don't understand. Something wrong with my remote control. So I unplugged it. Yeah, I unplugged it. I want my peace and quiet, man. I meet lots of people, though. I love to help people and elderly. I'm an elderly guy. Help me, help me. No, I'm just kidding. Um, it offsets the freak shows. You better stay an hour. Well, yeah, I'm gonna stay an hour. You keep talking to me. I'm a talker anyway. I'll talk your ears off. I've seen everything though. Living in San Francisco, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. You know, nothing surprises me now. I've never seen anybody do anything like you saw in that elevator, but I've seen just about everything you could think of. You know, and I don't condemn anybody for what they do. I mean, I think your life is your own. You should live it the way you want. God decided to give you life and told you you have a choice, and that's your prerogative. And oh boy, I got some stories I could say. But you know what? The thing about stories is when you bring them up, part of that is in your head now, and you think about it. Now you had to take away some of that space that you could have been concentrating on your essay or your book study or your report or your next live stream or your next song, and that space is preoccupied with that crap, right? And so I I understand why you got freaked out, but you know, I'm sure if it wasn't something that was pleasing to you, you have to turn it into something kind of amusing that you could laugh at because otherwise you'd probably go crazy. Me and my wife, we were talking about that the other day. Matter of fact, they have people who work for YouTube, and they have to look at all the videos. They call moderators, and they have to look at all the videos of all the black internet stuff and all the crazy people getting self deleted and people being abused by animals and all kind of stuff. And I was like, damn. She said, yeah, they have to get counseling and all that stuff because it after a while it drives them crazy. You said I saw this homeless black kid get tackled by two loss prevention officers. I walked up and asked them what they were doing. Then a bunch of white liberal ladies started recording and shaming the officers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you get out in public, you can see anything nowadays, man. It's just possible to run into any and all kind of things. Yeah, yeah. I kind of live my little sheltered life now. I don't go out much. Me and my wife, we go out once in a while. She says we need to go out more, like to dinner and stuff like that. I try to avoid crowds really whenever I can. The police are crazy, yeah. So some of them are. Some of them are decent. Some of them are crazy. Then the cops came and gave them shit, and we all took a group photo. Wild times. Yeah. Sorry you had to witness all that. But that's what happens when you get in society. You're liable to see anything. You know, just got to be careful to stay on your path and, you know, help if you can. Like my wife, she used to try to help all the time. If she see people in distress or disrespecting elderly people, she'd be the first one to jump up and I'm gonna speak for my black sisters. I'm gonna speak for the elderly. And I used to tell her, honey, you're not. like the bad guys. You're not their mother. You can't tell them how to behave. They're going to behave badly if they want to. And, times are different than when we grew up. I mean, your neighbors will look out for you and, make sure people don't hurt you and all the rest of that. But now times are different now. And then all the ladies started giving the kids money and helping him and find a shelter, and the officers who tackled him looked so stupid and ashamed. Yeah, good for you guys. Good for you guys. Well, that's kind of the way it used to be. I mean, neighbors used to look out for neighbors, man. Your wife is like me, lots of laughs. Oh yeah, she's a lot like me too. I mean, courage has no gender, you know. Courage and strength and tenacity, it has no gender, like great women, Sojourner Truth and, Maya Angelou, you know, all these beautiful black women, you know, strong, strong women, all colors, all kinds, really, you know. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's how I am too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's good. That's a good thing, you know. Keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully, don't get caught up though, because like I said, it's only so much you can do. As long as you don't hurt yourself. I mean, as long as you don't put yourself. I mean, sometimes it's like good trouble you can get into, but just be careful. Don't get so wrapped up where you make other people's problems your own, and then you can't take care of yourself. Avoiding crowds. Oh yes, I stay home. No, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Well, I watch on TV and like I do my own way. I have my own way of supporting things like that. Like I don't get on a soapbox like I would if I was a real protester because, black man born with a target on his forehead, they just can't wait to take a black man down for anything, So I have to really be smart. Yeah. You're a smart brother. Let them all do their crowds. We will be at home. Yeah, I watch it on the news. I watch it on the news, you dig? you know. And if I can help some kind of, way without being directly involved, on the incognito tip, I will try to help. Whatever the cause may be, you know. But I'm always on the side of right, on the side of the people and you know, if I can be, and if I can, I'm just gonna stay out of it. I don't get into the debates though because I don't know enough about most of the situations to debate over 'em, you know. But I do know the difference between right and wrong. You know what I mean? And then that kind of stuff is kind of self-evident. You know, you know what's right and what's wrong. You know, so it is what it is. But you know, I don't think you know being a spokesman for any type of cause like that is my forte, you know. And I try to do what I'm good at, you know. And what I'm good at is, putting my 2 cents in when I know I can get away with it and maybe making a difference once in a while and helping somebody out, but mostly I stay at home. you know. That's me, WC. yeah. Very low key, if you know what I mean. Yeah. 59 seconds and 45, no, 59 minutes and 49 seconds to go. What you know? Debating is a Greek culture thing. I'll only debate in the courtroom. Yes, brother. You know, I'm so glad you're going to be a lawyer. Even if you're going to be like a prosecutor, I think that to be a good prosecutor, you have to know when you have a good case and if your case is based on justice and, pits all the right, ramifications of, you know, protecting the public interest and whatnot. And I have actually met some very decent prosecutors, in my trials and tribulations as a young black man. I've been falsely accused many times of things. And it was the prosecutor who came up and spoke up and said, we drop in this case, you know? And so that's why I say, yeah, do your thing, you know? And you might end up being the one to really find justice. It's good to find people who will support folks, whether they're right or wrong. You know, if it's been injustice, it's injustice. Whether it's the prosecutor or the public defender or the lawyer, the defender. Justice is justice. You know what I'm saying? When you follow the rules of justice, you good. You know, yeah, you follow the rules of justice and righteousness and within the framework of the law. You know that thing I was trying to show you. Uh, I couldn't find it, but I know it's around here. But I will when I find that thing, I'll show you. I'm gonna surprise you one day. I'm gonna find it and show you. You're gonna say, "Wow, where'd you get that?" I'll show you. Tulip's Corner. Hey, how are you? I almost closed the door on you. Yeah, 62 minutes. You're late. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I'll go to your page and then I'll say my goodbyes. Let's see. Tulip's Corner. I was at your page earlier. I know. I don't know why I'm still not this. No, this I can't be on a live. I know that because then it would cancel out my live. So hello, this is WC. Thanks for coming to my live stream. And Tulip's Corner, I know you, and I've been to your page plenty of times, and I support you. And you has you, and now the next word you say, you will be a moderator. But unfortunately, you are late. No, I'm just kidding. All right. I just like to thank each and every one that came in, which is not very many. Let's see. Maya, Mother Love, Tulip's Corner, Thumbelina. My wife's not on here. Honey, you're fired. No, I'm just kidding. You're fired. That's my producer. That's my wife. You're fired. Okay. She said I quit. I'm taking the dogs out. Okay. Well, thanks for dropping in, Maya. Thanks, Tulip's Corner. Thanks, Mother Love, wherever you are. I think you took off. Uh, this has been your boy Dub C. And always remember, take care of yourself so you can help take care of others. Peace.